Peace. Make sure my mic not muted. Y'all know how I do sometime. Struggle streaming when I start in. Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Wake your glass up. Happy Thursday evening. Happy Friday Junior to everybody. Hope your weekend's getting ready to line up right for you. One more day to go. I'm going to get you through that last little bit of a drive. If you already in a big city, you know how I do. I try to come on, get you through that last leg of that drive home. For those in the major cities, for those not, hope you're seated, willing to listen. We got to have this conversation tonight. Again, this is G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. I'm your host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not kofi, Kofa, or any variation thereof. It's 4 letters, easy to pronounce, K-O-F-A. This is G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I appreciate everybody being in here. Go ahead, send a shout out to Corey Joe, brother. I got your message. I see you driving. I appreciate you coming in early to leave a comment and a like and saying what's up to everybody. Peace to everybody out there listening. Got to have this conversation tonight. You see the thumbnail, for we all have simped and fell short of the glory of God. That's Kofa 3:23. But I appreciate everybody being here tonight, man. We're going to review some videos from some of the best content creators in YouTube that ever did it. Of course, we got Alpha Male Strategies. Shout out to that brother.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
One time from Montgomery, Alabama. Roll Tide. What's up to the Gump? For those that know, they know. What's up to the Gump? So shout out to Alpha Male Strategies. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams, CGA.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
And the free agent lifestyle. I appreciate y'all checking in. We're going to review one video from both of those brothers together from a couple years ago. So these are the 2 of the best in the game that go over male-female dynamics and relationships. And they have admitted to both simping. So we got a good video we're going to review, react to, give some conversation. You know, I'm going to give my commentary, add my Kofa-isms in there. We also have a couple of videos from Kevin Samuels. They're short, sweet, to the point. R.I.P. to the GOAT. R.I.P. to the Godfather. But again, the best of the best. We all have simped. Don't feel bad. Got a couple of extra videos on the tail end. Make sure when you come in, again, general housekeeping, hit that like button when you come in. If you watch it on the replay game, go ahead and pause it. Hit that like button. And if I got to earn your subscription, that's fine. I understand that, but the likes are free. If you do want to donate to the channel and help me progress this and get y'all more information, interviews, help the boy out in the studio some more, get some better equipment so I can keep bringing you this content and making it sharper and better. You see the PayPal and the Cash App above my head. If you want to donate, that's cool. Again, if I got to earn your subscription, that's cool. But again, the likes are free. Wipe your feet before you come in my house. Hit the like button. Let me see who we got over here. Again, we got Corey Joe. As always, brother, I appreciate you at least checking in. What up, Kofa? I will be driving, so I'm sending out greetings now. What up to the chat? So y'all make sure, again, for any new subscribers, new viewers I have, engage in the chat. Because periodically I stop the video, I'll come over to the chat, I see you guys comment, I answer questions, we can dialogue and go back and forth. Be nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you. Same thing with the chat. I don't block my comments. I leave them on. All comments are allowed. If I have rinsed you up and you are a moderator, you know what bullshit to kick out. You know what people to keep in, so we can keep this conversation going and have engagement with each other. This is social media. Let's be social. So with that said, if you're not going to like the video or the likes start to get a little bit funny, again, this is the video y'all get. And as always, I got that thing on a loop. So while he might be the greatest R&B singer of our time, I know you probably get tired of him crooning over and over again. So again, when you come in, make sure you hit that like button. Excuse my tardiness. Had to go ahead and make me some coffee. Shout out to my daughter for buying me this cup. She knows her daddy well. Baby, I love you again. But let's go ahead and get into this first video. I am going to replay a couple of videos that I played before because it's interesting for tonight's conversation. Again, these conversations keep rolling through different angles from different people, different walks of life, and they still mold together. This is a men-centric channel. I'm here to teach brothers to have a positive fuck it and let you know that you matter and you're not crazy. I just want you to make better choices. So this is why we go over this content. While I'm talking about women, I am talking to men. The ladies are welcome. They know that. Y'all can come in, engage in the conversation as well. But let's get into the first video, one I played a couple of days ago. But again, it's all going to tie in.
The most important lesson I've learned? Mess with the chick that like you, not the one you like. The one you like, you're going to accept all kind of stuff out of it. And y'all know it's true. You're going to accept all kind of stuff, but you never accept off another chick. And it might be another chick right next door that like you and going to do everything and keep you right. But you rather mess with this pretty girl over here that's giving you all kind of problems, you dig? That's how the world goes. Not just with the pimp and the whole game. A lot of people have a tendency, the right people they're supposed to treat right, that's loyal and dedicated, they overlook it and they treat the other people right. That mean them no good, no intentions. And that's life. But you know, I have to mess with the right girls, you know.
Keep your circle tight, gentlemen. I'm not going to beat up on that one. I expounded on it the other night, but again, it all ties in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and slide to his next video. Same pimp, same similar conversation on the tail end about whether or not he's been in love, whether or not he's got burned. Let's listen.
You been in love before?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how I learned from the burns. You know, that's what I call messing with a chick you like. Yeah, I've been in love before, man. And when you're in love, you know, it's unlimited to what you'll do for your, you know, your spouse that you're with, you know. And a lot of times you do things which is unforbidden to the game. It'll cross you out the game. You'll be out the game quicker than you came in the game. So you got to be careful. Watch yourself. But that's what happened when you fall in love. But now I'm in love with money and success of life.
Two big things I want to point out. Brother, stop feeling bad. You loved her. You do love her. You trying to make that thing work. He said when a man is in love, we'll do almost anything for that woman. And that bears true. I don't care about what age. From when we was little boys handing out candy at school to grown ass men and paying bills and taking care of some kids that ain't ours. Speaking of which, go back and watch that video for the new subscribers, new viewers. Go back and watch that video I just did the other night entitled Fuck Them Kids. But going back to his point, when a man is in love, we'll move heaven and earth. I tell women all the time, y'all really think y'all be getting over, but you're really shooting yourselves in the foot. Not only are you shooting yourself in the foot, you're shooting a lot of other women in the foot, as we'll get ready to see, because once we've gone through that serious heartbreak, that serious L as men, we are not as forgiving as women. A lot of times we do stay, but when it comes down to it and it's time to go, it's time to go. That brother's going to pack his bags and be gone, or he's going to put you out, which is what I would prefer brothers to do. You need to have your own solid spot. What he ended with was important. Yes, I've been in love, but now I'm in love with money and living a good life. You get to sustain yourself, brother. Like I said before on the other video, when you are taking care of somebody else's kids, somebody else's ex, plus your kids, and we tend as men to leave ourselves on the back burner, and this is why the women do it, because they see how we treat ourselves, and then on top of that, they feel like, okay, well, if he don't care about himself, what do I need to care about him? She'll use you as a utility and discard your ass when she's done after you've been useful. And let me say this. When people are talking about the whole sex thing and men use women for sex and stuff like that, that is a physical interaction. Both parties are mutually benefiting from that. A lot of times, men, we think we're mutually benefiting from these relationships when we're not. We're just paying the money. We're taking care of things. But again, that simp beta culture, a lot of times isn't simp and beta culture. You are actually standing firm as a man and being able to take care of things. So again, stop feeling bad about what you did or what you're doing currently. And it may be time to cut bait and run. It may be time to leave. Do not feel guilty. Don't be a bag man like we talk about these bag ladies. Don't be a bag man and take that with you. Once you've made that decision, stand on it firm, and then you get to leave, and you get to leave and live a full life. You can still do it. There are billions of women in the world, literally billions. Shout out to the passport bros. There's billions of women in the world. For those of a darker hue, my black people, my black brothers, there are black women all over the world. Don't limit yourself to that small country town, that mid-sized city, or that metro that you're in. Look outside throughout the region. Go to different states. But again, you just got to learn to vet these women and see how they moving. But there's billions of women in the world. I don't care what demographic or race you're talking about. They outnumber us. Do not have yourself bogged down because of one woman. And you know that you know that you know that you know in your heart of hearts and in your man brain, this shit ain't gonna work. Stop trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. I'm gonna slide over here to this video with Kevin Samuels. And it's short, it's sweet, and to the point. And the brother just nailed it. Again, it happens to the best of us. We all have simped.
One of the worst things we can do as men is to be with women who don't want us. I've been in that position too. I have simped. I have done stuff. I've been in the friend zone. I've done all that kind of stuff. And I will tell you, gentlemen, don't do it. Never do that. It's never a good idea. I said it 2 weeks ago. Stop trying to win women over. And see, that's the beautiful thing about becoming a high value man. You don't have to win women over. You deal with the women who show interest in you and want to get on your program. And
pause it right there. What did the pimp just say? Deal with who likes you, not who you like. So for the brothers out there listening, when you have a chick, she may not be that dime piece. Especially this. Oftentimes when we break up with women, the only thing we got left to say is, at least I fucked. Sounds vulgar, sounds nasty, sounds evil, but really when you sit down and you chew on that for a minute, that's really all you got to say. Even in times where it's like, well, we had kids together and things like that, you were building her up. You were setting her up financially, even when the breakup occurs. So a lot of times we just leaving with whatever possessions we have and our dick in our hand and got to go out here and do it again. But you heard what the pimp said. Now you're hearing what the GOAT is saying. Don't do that. You matter. That's the worst position to put yourself in. I'm going to keep letting it run.
Proving their worth to you. You had to work to become a high value man. You don't have to work for a woman. A woman has to work for your last name. She has to work for your ring. She has to work for your commitments. This is the game. Because we grew up in Disney and we were told that it was us that needed to do the other. That's why they hate these channels. They hate the channels where we start telling men, no. If you have made yourself in the top 20%, top 10% of men, the rules are different for you.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Bring it back on myself real quick. The rules are different. And I'm going to pivot and bring it down a notch. You may not be that high value man, but you're a solid ass man. You're a man of value. I keep saying it. You're a man of value. You're a man of means. Look at financially how much you've poured into this woman and her kids and the situation and stuff like that. Because the majority of women have kids. That's why I keep bringing it up. Look at what you've done for her. Where would you be had you not spent that money on her? Where would you be at? Because in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I'm doing this for us. As men, we tend to think of family. With women, they tend to think of motherhood or self. So it's okay to be a little bit selfish and do things for yourself, bro. Stack up something, have some money for a rainy day, especially if you are in these relationships where there's a lot of friction going on. And you can kind of see the writing on the wall. It's okay to leave. When me and my ex broke up a couple years ago, I put her out of my house. I didn't have to pack up and leave. She did. And guess what? She left quick. When I told her she had to go, that was 12 p.m. I was at work. I was able to see her packing up her shit and leaving on my house cameras. Told her to leave at 12. She was out of this bitch by 2, which lets me know 2 things. She was already preparing for that, or she already had a plan B with another dude. She was gone real quick. I don't know. We haven't spoken in two years now. So when it's done, it's done. And like I tell brothers all the time, with these women, when you're together, you're together. When you're not, you're not. If you're in a committed relationship, marriage, I'm not advocating going out there cheating or even exercising options. What I am telling you to do is not to forget yourself. You're in the relationship too. We always hear what? It takes 2, whether it's a baby or a relationship and things didn't go right. It takes 2. We always hear that when the man has a complaint, but they don't like hearing it takes 2 when we got to point out the bullshit that they was on. Don't forget yourself, fellas. You got to be able to build, have a woman that comes in that's on your program. And yes, go down in looks to go up in cooperation, because those looks will get you fucked up. That's that woman that'll cry, complain, say you did something to her, say you was unfair. God forbid you guys take the law off the table. Take the law off the table. Let you have the same friend circle. Now your homeboys that are with her friends stop calling you. Y'all can't kick it no more. Their relationships start taking hits because she putting pressure on her man to not chill with you because your shit didn't work out. Leave yourself out. Leave yourself a solid build yourself a solid foundation. You can build the house, the kids, the wife, the picket fence, all that American dream stuff. You can build that. I'm not telling you not to. What I am telling you to do is if that falls, you need to be able to pivot over and still stand on your own. I see I got a comment come in. Let me slide over here real quick to the comments and we're gonna keep on rolling. Sean from the Shy.
You go, girl.
Says, good evening, Kofa. Glad to be with you here this evening. Chat. Salute. Appreciate you, sis. Quiet Storm in the building.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Quiet Storm says, women will use you for your seed and wallets, then treat you as a monthly ATM when that child support kick in. No thanks. I'm good. Where's my damn passport?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
No lies told. Brothers, give yourself options, man. I was just having a conversation with one of my partners. He came out of a country town, not the best situation with the family. I came out of a country town. I had a better home life, but I couldn't get stuck in that country ass town. And my dad kept telling me back then, even though I didn't really understand it as a high schooler, but he was telling me, don't get nobody pregnant. Remix it to this YouTube space, protect your seed. Don't get so locked in where you're standing in this same spot. And what's worse than losing is being stagnant, where you can see your win right over the horizon and you can't get there. And you can't get there because of you. Everybody has different talents. Everybody has different skills. There's different paychecks out here you can get. Mine was through the military and federal service, but it started with the military. Then I was able to pivot over to federal service. Kofa now at 41 is taking care of retired Kofa when that day comes. Inshallah, God willing, I'll make it to that age and I can still keep living. But right now in this space, gentlemen, I showed y'all the numbers a couple of weeks ago. Black men's age range has dropped down to 66. We supposed to be gone at 66. So I don't even know where I'm at. I'm past middle age if that's the case, but I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Keep yourself in shape. Another brother posted something on Facebook. I'm gonna get back to the videos real quick, but another brother posted something on Facebook where he showed his health checkup. He was like, brothers, please go get your annual checkup. Brother, I know, I hopped in the comments. I was like, in addition to, and I think I've said this here, you work every day. You've been working for a minute. You have health insurance. They take money out of your check every month for health insurance. Stop waiting for an annual checkup. Go get a quarterly checkup. You don't want to wait an annual checkup, then go back the next year and find out that you done had cancer for the last 6 months when you could have caught it earlier. Go quarterly. That's just another Kofa-ism. If you're going to pay the money, use that shit. Pay that little $25, $50 copay or whatever if you have one. If you have the opportunity. Again, if you're taking care of yourself Act as if you have a family. Get the highest insurance you can for yourself, because trust me, I have a child, excuse me. Kids are little sheep. I have a child. So when you add on yourself plus one, some insurance are going to go from self just to family. And when it comes to family insurance, they're taking more out of your check. This is just a way to hustle. So if you're going to have the insurance and use it, make sure you have the highest options for self for those single guys out there with no kids, which I know the majority of men are. So hope this lands somewhere in somebody's ears, in somebody's brain, within a shout of my voice. Just trust me. Add the highest insurance, because you don't know what's going to happen. Luckily, I had it when I had my car accidents and things like that. Your boy done been through stuff. Again, I tell y'all periodic stories here and there. But because I had that high option, I was able to get the treatment I needed when I went through that car accident, right? Only reason I used the high option is because I did have a child. I know a lot of friends that didn't accept the high option. They just stuck with the basic stuff, and their medical bills were still high as hell, simply because they didn't check a different block on their insurance. They're going to take the money one way or other. And again, the high option for yourself is still going to be lower than the family option. Treat yourself better, gentlemen. Let me slide back over to the comments. Sean says that's where I'm good. Oh, Sean says that's some silliness. People have the right to have friendships. My man is just that, my man, not my kid to be directing. Women need to let men be men.
You go, girl.
I'm a lay.
Salute to Sean. I don't know too many men that are trying to step in the shoes or the dress of a woman. A man, not an adult male. Appreciate that, Sean. Sean also says, I saw a brother trying to pick up his child, and the mother's on bullshit because she's not with him anymore. I'm tired of women using children for their hurt feelings. Facts. I'll give you another quick story myself. I went to go pick up my daughter when she came to stay with me. I had her for all of high school. I went to check her out one day. She had a doctor's appointment, right? I get in there and the lady's looking at me. I've been in there a couple of times. I've checked out before. Well, I have to make sure that you're on the list. What do you mean you got to check if I'm on the list? Ma'am, you've seen me like 2 or 3 times. Plus, I'm the one that registered her for class, for school. She lives with me. So I'm sitting there waiting for her to check the computer and stuff. Another dad walks in. I cannot make this shit up. I'm not.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Another dad walks in while I'm sitting there waiting while she's checking. He wants to check out so-and-so, his child. Same exact situation. Sir, I need to check the computer. He's like, ma'am, I registered her for school this year. She lives with me. Same situation. And he looked over at me. I guess he was kind of embarrassed. He looked over at me. I was like, bruh, have a seat. I'm waiting on the same exact thing. He came and sat down. He was like, bro, you bullshit. I was like, no, she's literally checking the computer right now. When you walked in, she's checking my name and I registered my child. You can't make this shit up. You can't, because people are socialized. This is why I talk about the socialization process from so young. I mean, knee high to a grasshopper, like I always say. Growing up, we got it, but society has picked this up too. And when I say society, I'm really talking about women. Most people in their mind only think mother and child. They're not thinking father and child. We hear this on the internet, on socials all the time. Y'all broke, y'all dusty, y'all can't do nothing. That's why y'all want certain types of women. XYZ, it's a bunch of bullshit, brothers. You know the solid shit you have been able to accomplish. But again, these are the ills that we still have to fight. And I've seen many a men broken because they can't see their child. Slide back over to the comments. Quiet Storm says the amount of paternity fraud is rising year after year. These women are playing dumb and straight up lying, but trying to pin kids on guys they never met. Get the DNA test. It's not optional. She's gonna be mad.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
She's gonna be mad. Let her ass be mad. Would you rather her be mad for however long she's gonna be mad, or you want to start looking crazy in a couple of years? when that child start not looking like you, acting like you. Say, oh, mama said I got another daddy. Trust me, we done been through some shit and it's broken men down. But again, we all have simped and fell short of the glory of God. Get the DNA test. Sean says, always get a checkup twice a year. Your health is a gift. Big facts. Sean says that's disrespectful. Fathers are responsible for children as well. I work in education and I respect both parents. It takes both of you. It takes both. Again, it takes two until mama decide that it don't and she can do it by herself. And then when that don't work out, find the nearest man to blame, or in the black community, the idea of white supremacy. Go ahead and slide over to the next KS video. Let his brother tell a simple story. He just told you not to be a simp. Now he's going to tell you why.
One story and I'm out. So, in a simping phase, because I was raised as a simp, I learned pimping tactics. I went back to simping because it's hard to, unplug from the matrix.
Pause it right there. We go through stuff. This is where women say, men are less forgiving. And I said it earlier as well. We are in certain situations, but a lot of times it takes us a minute to learn because of that socialization process. We think that we did something. I know I was horrible at it. I internalized a lot of stuff. Man, I made a man. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. And it took me damn near to the age of 36, 35, 36, my mid 30s, where I had to take inventory and say, you know what? The shit that I did wasn't that bad. No cheating, no abuse, none of this narcissistic bullshit that so many of these women keep talking about. All of a sudden they got an iPhone and they're a licensed clinician, and everybody start throwing the word narcissist around. Got to give myself one on that.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
But they'll come up with all these excuses of why you were wrong. So what Kevin is saying right here in the beginning is true. I was raised as a simp like most of us. We were told to be nice to girls, but nobody gives young boys that eventually become men the skills and the tools necessary to deal with a straight up heartbreak or just rejection. It is what it is. That's why you see some of these young boys flipping the fuck out and wanting to shoot women because she wouldn't give them her number. But I'm gonna let Kev keep on cooking.
I moved to Houston. And I'm a member of a fraternity. And I go down, and we had one way of doing things where I'm from. I go down to Houston, and I got a fraternity brother. This dude is ugly as all. He looked like Shabba Ranks. Oh, this dude was just beat up from the feet up. But he was a cool brother. He had a game. That just shows you. And this dude, everywhere he went, women was all over him. Dude looked like a burnt Dorito, but women loved him because he had a mouthpiece. We went down to the Kappa Beach party, and I'm sitting there trying to do the good guy role. Even though I know the simp stuff don't work, I had fallen back into simp tactics. I'm sitting there, and this chick walks by, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And she just looked at me like I had crap on me. I'm like, I'm looking good, smelling good, got my polo this on, polo that. And we leaned on the car, and he was like, no, fine. No, bro, you can't do it that way. You can't do it like that down here. These chicks don't want to be talked to like that. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, let me show you how it's done. The finest chick I had seen, the Kappa Beach party was banging around this time of year. The finest chick I had seen walk by. He smacked her on her butt hard. I mean, it went pow! You heard that stuff all the way down in Beaumont. I'm like, oh, I know she about to punch you in your jaw. Fine. And she's like, pow!
Slapped on the ass. I know what it sounds like. But let's keep listening. Real quick, salute to Theo Coop being in here, brother. I appreciate you as always, man.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And one more.
Knocks down another three ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Same thing for Kevin, bruh, cooking. I know, like I said, it sounds like a Me Too movement situation, but let's keep listening.
Hey, Red. She turned and looked at him like, ugh! And he's like, hey, Red, come here, girl. What? Girl, you heard me. Come over here. I'm like, oh my God, she about to punch him. I'm like, oh, we about to die. You know, I'm putting all this power and focus on this chick. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is our beach party. He's a Kappa. We on side of a Mercedes, but I'm putting her up on this pedestal. This is what I saw afterwards. What happened? She ended up walking over to him. He spit a little game to her for about 2 minutes. They roll off. He's like, all right, bruh. Here's the keys to the car. We're going in her car. We're going back to her room. Finest chick on the beach. He slapped on her butt. Hey, girl, come over here. And she left with him. And my butt out there simping being nice. Can't argue with the lived experience. That's what happened.
Pause it again real quick. Big piece. It's so many jewels that Kevin used to drop, and just older men in general. I know we love Kevin because of the YouTube space and everything he was saying, but stop and take inventory. The guy that you used to be in your 20s, he doesn't know as much as you in your 30s, as you in your 40s. I'm finding that out getting to 41 this year. But as it scales up, Kevin was in his early to mid 50s when he passed. Think about how much wisdom that he had. And he just said a big piece. You cannot argue with the lived experience. You can't argue with it. I'm gonna let him keep cooking.
So from that point on, I was like, oh, that's what's up. So I could eat. And here's the thing is men. We resist doing things that work because we want it to work the way we want it to. It's like saying, put on clothes that fit. Care more about your appearance. Up your shoe game. Wear fragrance. Do all these things. Do all this. Yeah, I know all that stuff works, and I can see the data, and I can get all the references and everything else. But I ain't gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it my way. Cause men, we hard-headed. We hard-headed. We don't learn. Or we only learn the hard way. You hear too many guys telling you these kind of stories to understand. Look, men. Women like dominant men, cocky men, confident men. It don't matter if you're working at McDonald's. You're working. You got everything to offer. They want you. They want it all. They want sex just like you want sex. Make it easy for her to be with you. It is simple as that.
Pause it again. We got about a couple more minutes left because the brother was cooking on this one, short and sweet. But you're working, bro. Do not take that for granted. Don't let anybody else tell you to take it for granted. You're working. You have a foundation. I keep saying it. You have something to build from. It sounds cliche. It sounds old school, but you started out at McDonald's on the fries. Slowly start asking those questions about, dealing with the money, the cashier, and making sure your drawer is right at the end of the night. Little things like that. You might start out in UPS, just unloading or loading trucks. Start asking about moving the forklift around the warehouse. Start asking about what it takes to become a driver. Ask what it takes to become that next step. Do the job that you're doing already and do it well, and show that you've earned that next opportunity. Keep on building, keep stacking up. Again, you're really not going to hit your rhythm in the workspace in America as a man until you're about 35. It looked different back in our grandfather's age because guess what? They was only supposed to live to about 40 or 50. So it seems like we're reverting back to some of this old stuff. Don't do that to yourself health-wise. But the life expectancy of black men had went up to the late 70s. Now it's drawing back. We got to start asking ourselves what we're eating and things like that. Not going to stay on the health piece. But as far as work is concerned, your work ethic should trump everything. Can't nobody fuck with a man that works hard and is willing to learn. Put yourself in different positions. Keep on letting Kevin cook.
If you slap a chick on the ass right now, she's on the street, she call it sexual harassment. I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with you on that one. I see it happen in too many clubs. It's all on how you do it. But I get the point. See, we as men, You know, when I used to teach guys how to pick up women, because I've had a stint as a dating coach, I can teach all that stuff. You know, one of the biggest fears guys will have, I don't want to do that because what if she throws a drink in my face or slaps me in the face? I'm like, when have you ever seen that happen? Well, I haven't. I was like, you see it on TV and on movies. But if I'm telling you it works, you gotta, what are you gonna do? Well, I don't see a lot of guys are afraid of success. That's why we stay stuck.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease. Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
What did I say is worse than losing? Staying stagnant. Staying here when you can see this opportunity and you're not taking the opportunity. You're just staying here, living in fear, afraid to take a L. And Kevin just said it. A lot of y'all brothers, I was in that space too. You're afraid of success because as you start climbing up, the responsibilities look different. You stay stagnant because you know that job. You know this certain area that you're living in. You know this certain woman. Bring it back to the women. You know this certain woman inside and out, literally and figuratively. You know her. So when you take a L, you're afraid to move on. You're afraid of moving on because you think you're going to take a L. A lot of brothers are afraid of success. Let that shit go, man. That's why I keep talking about you have to find your positive fuck it. When you know you've exhausted all the possibilities you could at this level, then you know it's time to scale up. Matter of fact, don't even exhaust all the possibilities at this level. Get the skills necessary to move up to the next level and just keep learning. Keep on letting Kevin cook.
Man, if you just wear clothes that fit, it don't matter what brand it is. Man, if you just wear some fragrance, if you do this, that's why we vacillate between these simp and pimp, because a lot of us are afraid of success because we've been made to be afraid of manhood and our masculinity, but this rabbit hole can go far too deep. Suffice it to say, my uncle didn't have to think that way, my grandfather and them didn't have to think that way. That's why shows like Mad Men were so successful, because men were men and we associate. That's why shows like The Walking Dead are so successful, because you see a society where men are men. Look, I know we've been told a lot of stuff, and you know, it ain't my thing to smack a woman on her ass. I'm just saying you could do it figuratively, but you can't go upside her head figuratively. And when I tell a chick, get out of my space, you're in my space, I'm going upside her head or smacking her on her butt. I am asserting my dominance. I'm pissing on my territory. She's in my territory. If she stays, that means she wants to get pissed on. That means she wants to be with me. If she don't, she know how to leave. Women have choices. And they're not these dainty little delicate creatures who need to be saved by us. Have you ever been with a woman in a bed who sexually knows herself? She will kill you. So,
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
TMI. I love a woman that can match me sexually. Oh shit. Oh shit. Stop thinking they just pushovers. Again, I told y'all before, played a video from Kevin before. Women are not your enemy. They're not, again, like he said, these dainty little flowers that we're afraid to break. Because guess what? You see how cold a lot of these women act, right? You see how cold they are when it comes to breaking up a family, fucking up their own kids a lot of times. We see this. So what do you think you're going to do to her that's just going to damage her beyond repair? Stand on your square, fellas. Don't be piss on that territory like Kevin said. Not literally, unless you're on some Young Miami type of shit, but assert your dominance. Put your flag in the ground. Claim it as yours. It's yours. That's why the saying goes, a man's home is his a man's home is his castle. I don't care if it's a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom apartment, whatever the hell, it's yours. Take care of the things that God has blessed you with. I don't care about your religious background, whether or not you even believe in God. It doesn't matter. You've been giving something in your lifetime that you need to take care of. That's one of the biggest ways to prove that you can take care of bigger responsibilities and scale up. Take care of the stuff that you do have in your hand. If she not on that shit, let her ass go. Don't bring her into your vicinity and she gonna fuck up what you got going on. You trying to pivot off because you afraid she gonna get mad or cuss you out. I'm gonna say this real quick and get back to Kevin. Especially in the black community, I've said it before. We keep worrying about you can't win no argument with no black woman, boy. You don't want to test a black woman mouth. Brothers are afraid of being embarrassed momentarily, and they end up fucking up their whole life or the majority of their life trying to please some woman. Back to Kevin.
The smack on the butt? No, I don't agree. You mess around with some of these chicks, they want to smack you and harness you up. You better watch. If I can't slap her, how should I approach it? Ask her to slap herself. Even better. Yep. You get her first you get here, then the body's easy. But that's a talk for another day. The takeaways from this, guys, are women like sex. Women like confident, assertive, confident men. Women, go study the Kama Sutra, go pick it up, go understand female anatomy, learn where the clitoris is, learn where the G-spot is. Unlearn all this bull crap you will learn that you were taught to how to pick up women. Because if it works, I would love to interview you and have you tell me how being a nice guy, buying a woman drinks all night long, got you anything you wanted. Please, I would love to have that hangout. Come explain to guys how being a beta male works, because I've never seen it work. I've seen it happen quite the reverse, but I'm open to hearing it. Guys, thank you for watching tonight. I hope that was entertaining.
Kevin, get all these posthumously.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man. Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Y'all let me know in the chat, was Kevin right or wrong? I have yet to see playing that beta male, that simp, the I'll drink her bath water, all that type of lovey-dovey bullshit we was raised on. I've yet to see it work. I've tried it, major L. Kevin just told you he tried it, major L. Seen other brothers try it, major L. We're getting ready to get into AMS and CGA, major L's coming. And guess what? Stop being ashamed of it, for we all have simped and fallen short of the glory of God. And let me explain that real quick. I said it kind of tongue-in-cheek the other night, but when I sat down and thought about it afterward, again, I'm gonna inject God real quick. Sorry, Theo. Don't run away, bro. But I'm gonna inject God real quick. You have been giving something. You have been given a life. It is a slap into the face of the men that have came before us for you not to live your best life. And when I say best, I don't just mean running around chasing women and having fun and smoking and drinking and all that shit, and you squander your life doing the same circle of bullshit, going to the same clubs, dealing with the same people. When Kevin was speaking about exercise and options, it was just not about the women. It wasn't. You have a full life to live. Do you know how big the world is, bro? Real talk. And maybe this is Kofa thinking from a military aspect, but literally sit down with a map or a globe, pick it up on your phone, pin where you're at, and then shrink the map and see where the rest of the world is. You can do that on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Just pin where you're at, go to Google, do your Googles, like I say, pin where you're at, shrink that map, and then look at how big the world is. Then open up another tab, do your Googles again, look at the biggest, most important cities in the world. I guarantee you it's several of them outside of the United States of America. Not our territories, not another maybe state. You're going to see stuff in Europe, in Africa, in Asia. The globe is big, bro. Stop limiting yourself. Let me slide over here to the comments. We're going to keep on cooking. This was a big one from Sean. The arena called the bedroom requires 2 knowledgeable players.
You go, girl!
And you get one of these, Sean.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
When you have that comparison, and oftentimes relationships break up not because of the sex, it's other things that break up. If you have people and they're not quite matched sexually, but they're willing to work at it and try, I've heard the couples that have worked out, I've heard them tell their stories. This person didn't like this person didn't like that. Of course, they didn't get into the details, but they figured it out. That love and that respect, more than anything, was there for them to talk about it and try different things. You have coaches, mainly mostly women from what I'm seeing, that are sexual coaches with relationships and marriages that look like they're on the brink of ending. So again, women are not these delicate flowers. Let me put it to you like this, bro. They the freaks. Think about all the porn you've watched. Think about all these conversations that these women are having publicly. Now, she may not be a true hoe, but the exploits that she's talking about when they're comfortable with you, that's the benefit of being in the friend zone. I need to do a video about that. The benefits of being in the friend zone, because it makes you a better Sigma. It makes you a better Alpha. It makes you a better man sometimes if you learn how to listen. I keep talking about listening. It's important. When you're in these rooms and you're the only guy, or you're a guy in the room and these women are comfortable, and especially get a little drink in them and start spilling these stories, guess what? They the freaks. It's not the men. Men, we just like vagina. And a lot of dudes, I think they just like getting the orgasm. Some guys don't even enjoy sex. That's a Kofa-ism. That's a Kofa theory. Because when I start talking about being sweet and I like to touch a woman and feel her and all that stuff that goes in with it, some dudes look at me like I'm crazy. And the first thing they're going to say is, man, I'm just trying to get my nut. And you wonder why shorty left you. You wonder why she slid off with another dude. And I'm not giving these women excuses because, again, a lot of times they be the freaks. Kevin mentioned it. You think you finna be aggressive with this woman and she bringing out chains and whips and she want to string you up and do all this shit. Again, all bullshit aside, I know there's been a big pushback on brothers just being stuck on the hub. Watch some porn. When you got one woman that'll take 30 dicks in a scene, when you got women that'll go from man to woman and back to a woman and do all this crazy shit, you see what the young Miamis are talking about openly. No, it's public. And maybe it's just to be salacious. Maybe it's just for shock value, but sitting there saying, oh, I like being pissed on. And then you got Glorilla talking about she like a man to ejaculate in her food and then watch her eat. Like, again, they the freaks, bro. Stop being so damn scary. Be smart about it. Don't be overly aggressive and catch a goddamn charge. Don't do that, but meet them where they at. Usually that body language, eye contact, learn to listen to women. She low-key telling you what she about and what she gonna do. Let me slide over to these comments. Y'all make sure when y'all come in, wipe your feet, hit the like button. Where'd I leave off at? Jason, appreciate you being in here, brother. Peace, Kofa. Peace to everyone in the chat. Quiet Storm said, I tried it, major L. Then I was a savage and ended up GTD. Got the draw.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And then guess what? When you really break it down, Quiet Storm, you weren't a savage. You were just being a man. You stepped into that aggressive, assertive manhood. I'm not saying club a woman over the head and drag her back to the cave and all that shit. But you knew what you wanted. You knew you weren't budging off of it. And she was either going to give it up or she was going to go. Right or wrong, Quiet Storm. Because that's where I got to. That's where I'm at. Again, that's why I said the other night, shout out a free trial. You got 3 weeks. We could dialogue, had the conversation, the dates and all that stuff. Because guess what? Like Kevin just said, women like sex too. Again, I'm gonna say it a different way. They the freaks. Right back over to the comments. Uh-oh, lost it for a second. There we go. Sean says a man is to be confident in himself, not given the Harlequin romance bullshit. He's coming direct and she's going to receive it.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Sean on here cooking tonight. She says, I can agree with that viewpoint. Being a pick-me gets you played all the time. And that's the other thing about a lot of sisters that are being labeled pick-me's. A lot of these sisters are just solid women. But again, brothers got to watch out for that chameleon, because a lot of women know these talking points that men are looking for as far as being feminine, and then they switch that shit up. So brothers, be aware of that. But a lot of these sisters, I don't even call them pick-me's. She just know what she wants. And guess what? Once she got picked, it's off to the races. I don't even know what I said just then. Sometimes I'll be just ranting and my friends be like, man, did you hear what you said? It'd be 5 minutes past. I'll be like, what the hell I say? What's funny? Quiet Storm says, don't let them fool you. Women like to be folded up like a damn space table, within limits, of course. Of course, within limits. I had a chick I was dealing with. She used to like for me to bite her. Like she wanted me to leave a mark. Like the first 2 times, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, cool. By the 3rd time, and then I started thinking like in between, like, damn, I'm a loser because I'm not giving her what she wants. Man, I bit the shit out that girl. I bit the shit out of her. Left a mark, damn near broke the skin. And we had to change the sheets. I'll leave it at that. Let's slide over here. Sean says, that's why we have 2 ears, so much information to take in. Pay attention and you will get your lesson. Exactly, Sean. Logic and reason, for real, no charges out here. Salute. Appreciate you being in here.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Yes, make sure y'all hit the like button. Smoking Talk in the building. Baltimore in the building. What's up, y'all? Baltimore in the building. Peace, peace, peace. Quiet Storm says, yes, sir, major facts. You present it to her and let her decide. She get the choice. Women have the access to sex. I say it all the time. Women, it's easier for women to get sex. So she's going to try to keep her body count down, whatever. That ain't your business. Again, it's been said in these spaces. I'm going to repeat it again. She's never yours. It's just your turn. Unless y'all in an actual marriage and y'all going somewhere, bro, it's just your turn. Enjoy the moment. Because guess what? So, just like women get digmatized, some men get pee-whipped. But act like you done had some before, bro. Calm down. Breathe. I had dudes to be like, man, I ain't never had that problem before. You was too eager to get it. And then she gave it to you and you blew early. Slide back over here. Logic and Reason says sometimes she just wants you to be direct.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And guess what, brothers? Sometimes you might fumble 1 or 2 being that direct. Not being disrespectful, but being direct. Because I know the space I'm in now. I'm not trying to have a relationship. I'm finally enjoying myself. I shared that with y'all before. My oldest daughter, she's grown. My youngest stay with her mama. This is the first time I've lived by myself as an adult in a long, long time. Kofa ain't trying to jump no broom or even hop in a relationship. My time is my time. Slide over here. Sean said, you gave me the hotter than fish grease and I have to Hey, you earned that one, Sean. Do Better says chicks are the biggest purrs, bro. I've been saying it for years. And look.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Look, people love talking about men in the military. I know me, Do Better Squad, Theo Coop, Do Better Podcast. Any military man can tell you about these women in the military. When you want to talk about some stories, women in uniform, bro. If you haven't had one, get you one. At least temporarily. Jason says, Judge told her, admitted to being a pick-me and said her husband was a simp, RIP, and she was simply glad he picked her. Great mindset. Whether by all definition, this simp stuff, that can lead to marriage. I say it all the time. A lot of these guys that's calling brothers simps and betas, those simps and betas are actually the alphas. They're the ones that's capable and actually executing, taking care of a family. It's a lot of dudes because they got an alpha mindset and, oh, this woman ain't gonna get over on me and things like that. They be taking major L's. A lot of times these are the older guys you see that are by themselves and nobody wants to take care of them, right? Because you have a guy that may have been a simp, but as he ages, karma comes back around. So even if he's by himself and, you know, he may be ailing, getting older and things like that, somebody is going to take care of that man. Usually the guys that were straight up assholes, karma is a bitch. For real, for real. I see it all the time. Logic says, nah, but you can tell the real women, oh, I lost it, from the chameleons. You can. Again, watch, listen, understand, especially if y'all have friends in the same circle. Somebody gonna tell you about her. Somebody gonna tell you how she moved. I know a chick that got a whole house right now because she was a chameleon. She flipped it on a dude and he came back from work. I'm not gonna give the whole story because some people watching this may know on Facebook, but she flipped the whole story and he doesn't have his house, what was his house, anymore because she got that baby up out of him. Brothers, protect your seed. Look, Sean says, what a way to leave your mark, Kofa. I guess so, because again, that's what she asked for. She was like, it's good, but like be a little bit rough. All right, cool. And this, I'm gonna say this was my simp brain, right? Cool story with that. The reason why I didn't go so as aggressive and hard is because she had a I'm gonna just say it, she was touched when she was younger. So being cognizant of that, and the ladies that's watching, y'all need to understand, a lot of guys are being patient with your ass. He's not being a pushover, a simp, a beta, or a sucker. He's being patient with you and humble with you because he knows what you've actually gone through. So the men that y'all open up to and talk to about all the stuff you've been through as a woman, guess what? We take that into account if the brother actually likes you. So when he's taking it into account, chances are he actually likes your ass. He just likes you and wants some ass, versus the guy that likes you because he just wants some ass. Ladies, y'all got to start learning to listen and decipher shit too. Go back over and then I'm gonna run through these comments real quick. Quiet Storm says military chicks will smash with her uniform on on top and combat boots on. Don't let these chicks fool you. Big facts. Team Peterson in the building. Appreciate you stopping in, brother.
Hotter than fish grease.
Coop says women in uniforms equal biggest freaks. Man. Sean also says if a woman finds you attractive and you carry a well conversation, it's a done deal. When I met my ex-husband, we only knew each other. Oh, you broke off, Sean. My partner Will in the building. I went on a date with someone who was military at one point. She revealed entirely too much info, shared that men were in and out of her place and how she caught an STD.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
This is the other thing with a lot of military women. Some of them are real strict. They don't talk to military men because they always say, oh, y'all niggas nasty and this, that, and the third. But when they go to that new station, they're going to find a local dude that got a bunch of women and hop in his rotation. Go overseas, busting it open. I got a homegirl that's in the Navy. It's not her. But it was her and like 3 other women on the ship with a bunch of dudes. One of them chicks, from what she was telling me, was super bad. So every payday, there would be a line outside of her room because they knew it ain't nothing but men on the ship. My friend and the other lady and the other 2 women or whatever, however many it was, I know it was less than 5. Those other women were married. She was single, no ties to anybody. Every payday, selling that cat. She opened up the store. So on the 1st and the 15th, there'd be a line outside her door on the ship getting drugged. Brothers, protect your seed. And you got to think, again, she's never yours. It's just your turn. Have that mind state. Take that story I just told you about my friend in the Navy and run with it. That's just like these chicks out here. You may not be able to see the line that was outside of her apartment, but you don't know what she did Monday through Friday when you were there for just one day of the week, 2 days of the week, on the weekend. You don't know what she got going on. So be smart about this shit. Slide. Sean says, I knew my ex-husband 1 month and we had a 30-year marriage. We connected like a puzzle piece, even though it's been 12 years, 7 divorced, and dating now and having a damn good time. Live, Sean. You done checked your block, sis. I'm not gonna hit you with the Kevin and tell you you're gonna buy a dog and die alone. You done checked your block. You done had your children. You done raised them. Just make sure you taking care of yourself, sis. Now I'm gonna slide over to this alpha male strategies and Coach Greg Adams video. This is about an 8-minute video. I'm gonna stop it in between, but these brothers had a great conversation. This is fair use. So you're gonna see actually them talking and engaging with each other and sharing stories. Let's go. If y'all are unfamiliar with either of these brothers, please go follow them, subscribe to them on YouTube. They also give out good information. Y'all think Kofa raw, AMS is even more raw with it. And Coach Greg is as well. He's a little bit more toned down, but he be hitting you with the information as well. But let's keep cooking.
All right. How did you get into the red pill, Coach?
Shoot, man. I remember just going through dealing with some issue with a woman. You know, I think people know I got divorced, but that wasn't even it. Mm-hmm. The reason I got into the red pill, I was dating some girl, some young girl. She had me by the nose like this. Mm-hmm. You know, she had me doing stuff, simping. I was simping bad. Simping bad, and she had me up. She had me looking up stuff. And I remember this girl was like, I'm looking up online. Should I let my girlfriend go to dinner with her ex-boyfriend? All right.
Oh, man. How old was you, Coach?
Shit, I was what is my now? 40. I was probably like 38.
God damn, Coach. Yeah. God damn, you was an old self.
I'm gonna give myself the buzzer on that one, bro.
God damn, Coach.
38, fellas. Stop fucking feeling bad, bro. It takes a while. Like Kevin said, we get socialized. He went from being raised as a simp like most of us, then learning some pimp game, then falling back into the simp culture and the simp idea because it's hard to shake that. But ladies, let me tell y'all something. When it's broke, it's broke. A lot of y'all think y'all getting over, but you're shooting yourself and other women in the foot because that dude that you screwed over, you don't know if you're the straw that broke the camel's back. And now he back in the dating pool and giving your sisters in arms a bunch of hell. But guess what? You screwed yourself over with a good man. Now you screwed over a number of other women with a good man as well. And y'all do that shit to each other. That's why there's so many dudes that find this red pill space, like Coach Greg just said, because this is similar to my story and how I came here. And it took me 5 years. I just started my YouTube in 22, but I started having these thoughts and ideas back in 16, found Kevin Samuels in 17, said, let me start scaling myself up. Started falling into finding other brothers, AMS, Coach Greg, O'Shea Duke Jackson. It just kind of rolled. Salute the brother Obsidian. I started finding these other cats and like, okay. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm gravitating to them because I hate women so much. No, I gravitated to them because it confirmed what I was already thinking. If you're already thinking it, gentlemen, you've already lived it. Again, Kevin Samuels, you cannot argue with the lived experience. We can throw facts, data, statistics out there. That's fine. It just happened to match up with so many men are experiencing, but don't negate your personal experience. I'm going to keep letting them cook.
Simple. Well, what happened was, this what happened. Let me give the story. I'm going to tell the story. So after I got divorced and split up, I went through my whole phase, bro. I was just like, that was when Instagram was popping. That was when Tinder and Plenty of Whales was just out. So I'm banging everything. I'm just going out like crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, I got with this therapist, all right. That they were like, oh, walk you through your divorce, and they were like, and it was a guy. He was like, you should give a relationship another try. You should try. You should go out there. And he was like, you just, you're gonna set a bad example for your kids, boning all these women and all of this stuff. And so I was like, you know what? I'll give it another try. So I went out there, eHarmony dating, trying to beat a good girl. This girl, she was a lawyer, a young girl, and all this stuff. She had all the good, successful things that you want to find. And she was good. She knew how to present herself. She was she was quiet. She let you dominate in the bedroom, but she do that, you know, funny stuff. Oh, I'm gonna go to dinner with my ex-boyfriend. Oh, I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna go to girls' nights out. You know, she was always suspect in her behavior. Well, you know, at the end of the day, you know, she was.
Pause it real quick. We just talked about the chameleon. Again, suspect behavior. Pay attention, fellas.
Two suspects. So she had me looking up stuff. How come she doing this? How come she doing that? And then at that point, I realized, you know, I was getting gamed.
Right.
I was getting gamed. You know,
just using you.
She was using me. And what happened was, you know, I always tell guys this: if you go out and she had a close group of friends, you go out with her friends and they cheating and they covering for her.
Right.
I was like, guess what? Odds are that she likely is doing that with you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they're covering for her and covering for other guys. And I'm sitting there like, man, this ain't right. So in the pit of my stomach, I was like, this ain't right. And I stumbled upon, you know, Sandman, like everybody else gets in here. I stumbled upon the same old guys.
Right.
And I got to see you come up.
Right.
You know, I got to see you come from nowhere and go skyrocket. So that was good to see that, bro.
Now, see, guys, y'all see them gray hairs in Coach Greg Adams' beard? That's called wisdom. That's right there. What he just gave y'all, what y'all guys got to understand is that all of us older guys, we done got our ass spanked too.
For sure.
That's what we got the wisdom. A lot of y'all guys think that when we make videos, we did everything right and we just telling y'all, you know, what to do. No, it comes from us making so many mistakes.
Yep.
Yeah. Whatever y'all talking about, anytime y'all guys ask me a question, I'm like, oh man, I remember I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Every one of us, old dating coaches, we all done made all those mistakes, guys. That's why I try to let y'all guys know whenever you feel like you a simp, this, and that, other, all this wisdom you got, whenever you hear a guy with a lot of wisdom, that comes from a lot of experience. When you hear Dave Ramsey talk, Dave Ramsey always talks about how he went bankrupt and, you know, how he learned, don't over leverage and all this other type of stuff, because it comes from mistakes. That's what life's about. When y'all see all these videos, just know my ass done got played a whole bunch of times. That's why I can sit here with 700, 800 videos talking about women, because I done been played.
We've been through
a bunch of times.
We've been through the battles, and at some point, it takes a man to go, you know what? I'm not going through that no more.
Right.
A lot of guys don't take that step. They'll say, okay, I'll try a new girl. I'll try it a little bit different this way. I'll try this and that. At some point, I said, you know what? I got to stop this simple. You know what I mean? I got to really take a stand and find out what it is to be a man.
Big facts. Team Peterson, you learn from your L's, not your W's. That's what I was about to say. The loss is a lesson. Again, these are three of the best. Kevin Samuels, Alpha Male Strategies, Coach Greg Adams. Like AMS just said about Coach, that gray, that's called wisdom. You lived, you've learned. I tell people all the time when they be trying to clown me, oh, you hate women and you can't get none and this, that, and the third. And I'm doing pretty well for a single guy in Atlanta. So let's get that straight. But when they talking that shit because of my content, I have loved, I lost, I learned, and now I'm living. That simple.
Change the way I approach things.
Right.
Doesn't mean I'm not getting no more sex. Don't mean that. It's just a different way that I approached it, and it started working in my favor.
Right.
And that's where you want it to go. When it doesn't work in your favor, you wanna evade. You want to back up. You want to be like, okay, all right, this ain't going the way I wanted to go. All right, time to back up. But some guys, they so dumb. They think they can control the situation, and then they keep going and going. Well, she already got the advantage over you. Just take an L and move on.
Right. That's the thing. So that's what Coach Greg Adams just talked about, guys, is what happened is we get so invested and it's hard to take that L and go on. So what happened is you done spent time going out with a woman, you done talked to her, you done spent money on a date, and it's hard because you thinking about, man, I just can't walk away, man. I spent $50 on that first date. I spent $80 on that second date. This bitch gonna give me some ass, man. I'm just saying, man. And so, guys, what you got to do is, it's just like with a car sometimes. Sometimes you fixing up a car, and eventually at some point you just got to go and trade the car in and get a new car.
Rid of it. Yeah.
You can't just keep fixing on, and that's how a woman is when you see it ain't going your way. You just got to take that L. That's the hardest thing I see with men is it's that we invested our money and our time, and it's like, by goddamn, I'm going to get this woman. And see, that's what you got to do. You got to be able to walk away.
That's your power, bro. Again, I keep telling y'all, there's billions with a B women in the world. Be able to walk away. What happens when you hold on to something too tight? Make sure I'm on camera. What happens when you hold on to something too tight? You break it. So you trying to hold on to this woman. You're either going to break the relationship, you're going to break yourself, or you're going to break the opportunity for the relationship to grow. I'm not just talking about straight up boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, relationship type. Even a sexual relationship. You holding on too tight, you don't want to let go, you're going to eventually break it. Or your hand is going to, you're going to force yourself to let go because it's only so long you can keep this fist balled up like this, and you're going to start losing your grip. And then next thing you know, she gone. You're going to look up, it's years later, and you done screwed yourself because now mentally you out the game, or you turn to a complete fucking savage and just don't give a damn, and then you still shooting yourself in the foot. You matter, gentlemen. I keep telling you, you matter. You're not crazy. Your lived experience matters. You know how to move around these women. Don't think you don't know how to move around them. They want the same thing you want. Again, have conversations with your friends. Because again, I say women are terrible friends. Have conversations with the women you know, your cousins. Listen to them talk at these family functions. Half the time, hell, maybe more than half the time, because they ass don't like to goddamn listen anyway. Most of the time, they just want some sex too. Because I'm busy. I'm just focused on me and my baby right now. I'm just focused on school right now. I'm just focused on this right now. So they want some good dick, and your ass can slide off scot-free. Stop worrying the hell out of that woman. Again, I say it all the time. She ain't that bad. She know what the fuck the inside of a Walmart look like. That bitch is not that bad. Let's keep cooking.
A lot of guys do that in marriage too. They won't leave their wife, and the marriage is way off the rails. I mean, It's way off the rails. They got more red flags, and they refuse to just say, "All right, look, let me just get rid of the broad." You know what I mean? And deal with it from that end. They'll go, "Well, we've been married 6 years. We've been married 8 years. We got 3 kids. I got a house. You know what? Fuck the house. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Take care of the kids half time, because is it worth you going through hell and sticking around where you just gonna keep piled on? Just take an L and go.
Why you think? What's the biggest reason for that? You think that is, Coach? You think it's scarcity, too much invested? Why you think guys like in a long-term relationship, say a guy living with a girl or a guy that's married, do you think that's more financial or just a scarcity mindset, a fear of doing it, getting back into the unknown?
Yeah, I think.
I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm going to address Mike's comment. He says exactly, a lot of these married women are sexually frustrated. They really, really are. Kofa has a rule. In the house of Kofa, we don't fuck with married women. I don't fuck with married women or even women going through a separation. If we're having a conversation and it turns out to be we're going through a separation, we're going through a divorce, I need to see that paperwork. Because guess what? All intents and purposes, everything, in today's society, the way shit is going and the way men are operating, and like they just said, they don't want to let go, by all means, that man has a right to come see you behind his wife, if that comes down to it. Now, some dudes just don't care. We talked about it the other night. Some of these people, again, it's always been the woman's idea from what I know. A lot of these people are in these open marriages and shit like that simply because financially they can't afford to separate now. They done bought too much, invested too much together financially, or they're going to stay together for the kids, and now they just damn near roommates. But Mike's right. It's a lot of women that are sexually frustrated, but I don't gamble with that. I learned my lesson simping for a married woman that was being abused and all that stuff. I believed her fucking story. When she got done having her fun with me, she went right back to her goddamn husband. By then, I had caught feelings, took it again, another major L. Fuck that shit, bro. If y'all gonna do that, I just ask you to be careful and make sure she don't know where the fuck you stay at. Let her cover her tracks. Y'all meet at a hotel, something like that. Don't bring her ass to the house. And let them keep cooking.
It could be scarcity because, this woman's giving you some peace leave, right? They're giving it to you. So they're looking like, okay, I'm going to go through a drought. But I think men don't want to say they fail with women, right? You don't want to look like you took an L. You don't want to look like your woman was cheating on you and manipulating you, and you got to go out into the world and say, she did me dirty, she did me wrong. Right. And guys don't want to say that. And that's what prevents guys from learning from other guys like myself, I ain't afraid to say shit. I got simped, and you know, I did this, and this girl did me dirty and wrong, and I got screwed in the divorce. I'm not afraid to say it because you know, most men have been in that spot. But guys, look, let me tell you something. Women outnumber men in this planet. There's more women than there are men here in the United States. There's more 18-year-olds turning 18 than there are dirty 35-year-old dusty women that ain't going to ever give you no peace leave anyway. Just know that there's another woman out there.
Right.
If that's what you want, you're going to find her. It might take you 3 months. It might take you 3 days. It might take you 6 years, but you're going to get another one.
The thing is, Coach, women are so that's a good way I can phrase this. Women are so the dating game is so trash that I think a lot of guys got a fear of getting back into the dating game because they remember it's grained in their head of how much trash was out there when they were single. And they look and they say, well, you know what? My wife is trash, but I know when I was dating, I was dealing with more trash than this trash. Yeah. And it's like, do I really want to go back out here and deal with all these women who gonna try to use me for free meals? Yeah. Use me for time? Or do I really just deal with this little nag right here who gets on my nerves, but at least I know what I'm gonna get from her? You go back out here and I gotta go back out here and I gotta deal with these chicks who just playing games, who just passing time, who just really, you know, they know from the jump they ain't into you like that. But you know, I'm bored, and till I meet the guy I really want, I guess you can pass the time.
Well, most men get into relationships for that. Yeah. Like they get in for that, right? You go on the dating app, you date 10 women, 9 are trash and 1 is decent. And you go, well, I can date another trash woman, or I could just make it work with this one. But the one you making it work for ain't really that good anyway. You know, she just was better than the other 9. Right. And so you got in, and then now you realize she was trash too, but now you hooked. Right. Just realize she was trash. She was just better than the trash that you was dealing with. So that's why you committed.
Right. She was clean trash.
She was clean trash. Yeah.
Them brothers get all 3.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man. Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Knocks down another 3 ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Let me slide back up real quick. I want to bring up this comment that I forgot who said it was a quiet storm. Yeah. Boom. Going back to the military women. He said, Kofa, that happened on one of my ships. She let the entire boat smash her. She got kicked off the ship, but ended up racking up over $37,000 being a boat 304.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
And the boat is out there on the water, y'all. When I say these women are freaks and they don't care, how are you going to be on a boat full of men selling ass and don't think that's going to get out? Same thing happened with my homegirl situation. She was explaining to me. Charter was a boat 304. Every payday, for those that don't know, the military gets paid promptly on the 1st and the 15th of the month. So on the 1st and the 15th of the month, she had a line of dudes outside her door, because when a quiet storm, correct me if I'm wrong, you can be out on that water for months. Like how the military, Air Force may go over to some, you know, landlocked base, you know, over in the Middle East or somewhere else like that, and they may be gone for a year or whatever. That's damn near like that with the ship. They're going to go to their different ports and land here and get off and have, you know, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks here where they're stationed, but they're still living on the ship. And then when your ass leave the port, you're literally in the middle of the ocean. How much money you think that other chick was making? If Quiet Storm says that chick was making $37,000, I guarantee you that other chick was probably making the same. Because you got to think, you got young men on a ship that don't have any other bills, no other place they can go or want to go. They're stuck there in the middle of the ocean. So sometimes she was busting them cats in the head for half of their damn check. There's no telling how much money she made. And she did that for months on end, multiple men. So at the lowest of the low, just say a E1, a new private coming into the military, you still gonna make close to $2,000 a check. So if she's charging half and she done let 15 dudes run through her for 15 minutes apiece, How much money did she make in a couple of hours, plus her paycheck? Again, brothers, start thinking, start watching these women, how they carry themselves, how they speak, their eye contact. Matter of fact, sit back and watch how she either approaches or deals with other men before you go holler at her. Watch her body language with certain types of dudes. Watch how she smiles at certain types of men. She's letting the world know, for those that are watching, she's gonna let you know if that's her type. Now, you may not know what the conversation was like, but again, body language, eye contact, be able to put that shit in your ears and in your brain when you catch her in a lie, or she's double talking or talking out of both sides of her mouth, as we say in here in the South. She talking out of both sides of her mouth. You're going to be able to decipher what the hell she was talking about. But you just heard from two of the best, AMS and CGA, about how they simped, about the stuff they were doing, the money they were paying for, and then again, not letting go. You don't want to let go because, man, she gonna come off some ass. I done did this shit. Next thing you know, you're on date 15 with blue balls. Let alone she's getting take-home meals for the kids and she really sliding it off to another dude. Slide over here to the comments real quick. Let me scroll back down, y'all. Give me one quick second. I appreciate y'all coming in. Again, any new viewers I have, consider hitting that subscribe button. If I have to earn your subscription, salute. I respect that. But the likes are free. Wipe your feet when you come in my house. Hit the like button. That's the least you can do. Slide over here to the marriage comment. Logic says, Kofa, that's a good rule of thumb to just stay out of trouble. Those women try to get the best of both worlds and they don't care what happens to you.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Your ass will be dead, beat the fuck up, heartbroken somewhere like I was. She's back over there with her husband. When he finds out, then guess what? If that's grounds for a divorce, she just got that man for child support and alimony, and she done got some free dick off of you, and you sitting over there heartbroken. That was a good one, Logic. Sean says, Mike, exactly, don't give what time you have left in life to a damn fool. Don't do that. Mike says, the dating game is a job interview. It is what it is. It has always been like this. Back in the old times, it was sugar-coated. Now it's exposed. Because...
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Because of this internet space, cell phone, social media, such and such like that. Again, these women, these are the conversations women are having on podcasts. I've been hearing that since my late teens, early 20s. What they've been doing with older guys. How he put her on game. How he was more mature and this, that, and the third. That's why I tell these, bro, go tell that bullshit to somebody else. Like you just this dainty flower and the only time you produce a child is, the one time you've had sex. But you got 3 and 4 baby daddies. Multiple kids. Multiple men. They live life too, bro. Especially women in this age group. I say 35 and up. You done live life. You have plenty of life experience. Especially when they bragging about, oh, I need a man that has a passport so he can travel and we can go this, because I like to go do this. She knows what she likes. Why? Because she's done it before. She's done it more than once. She's never yours. It's just your turn. Let's slide back over. Quiet Storm says, oh yes, my longest time in between ports was 137 days straight. You talk about making it rain.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
For those that don't understand, when he says between ports, that means they're just sitting in the water. They may travel to different water spaces, because you know China got their own water space. Then geographically is drawn that now this is African waters. They're just out there on the water, floating and moving around, or sitting still, waiting to do whatever the Navy does. They're just in the water. 137 days, that's almost 6 months, y'all. Just on the water. That is wild. Glad you made it out, Quiet Storm. Mike says 100% body language is number one. The first few seconds, she will decide if she is attracted to a man. Look, I tried to holler at this chick the other day, gave me the cold shoulder. I was like, all right, cool. So I left her alone, and then I heard her on the phone talking to her dude. So I didn't feel as bad. But, you know what I'm saying? That's another one of the rejection thing. It happens to the best of us. And, again, brothers, billions of women in the world. Sharpen your game. You may not get this 9, 10. Most women walking around aren't 9s or 10s anyway. That is rare, rare, rare. You might sneak up on an 8 working at the bank. Be real. You done seen some bad ones, but take off the eyelashes, the makeup, all that jazz. And that's why I try to see past that stuff and envision, how would she look with all that shit on? Oh, she a 6. When Ebony K made those comments and people and the women were coming out defending her, saying she was, you know, this high value woman and oh, she's gorgeous. She's a 6. Instead of before, I'm going to keep, she's a 6. In my opinion, physically, she's a 6. Slide back over to the comments. Jason says, Kofa was working security at like 1920. There was a female guard that used to sell ass every payday. Mind you, her friend's husband was a customer. Talk about some eye-opening shit. And again, you're being raised as this simp. 19 or 20, you seeing this shit for the first time. You like, I didn't know girls did that. What the hell? You're shocked because you're not fully a man yet. You're still low-key a child. You're coming out of this space of childhood and relying on parents, and now you starting to get these penny-earning jobs, and then you seeing all this stuff happen in real life. Same thing happened with my brother. When he joined the military at 19, I think it was, and he got in the military and he came home with his stories, his mind was blown. Because my brother's a sweetheart, man. He really is. Shout out to my brother. Like, easygoing guy, laid back, all that jazz. And he got exposed to so much shit in the military, and like, it fucked him up his first few years. Because he was just like, mom and daddy lied to me. Everybody lied to me. This how people, this is what the real world looked like. Like, I had to calm his ass down. Like, bruh, calm the fuck down. And guess what? That was similar to what I had already been through when I went to college. That was the first time I seen somebody do cocaine. Because, you know, we all got crackhead family members and you don't realize they was crackheads until you get grown. So I've seen people high before. First time I done seen that. First time I done seen 2-3 different dudes go in and out the same chick room within hours. It blows your mind. Go back over here to the comments. Mike says, even those stories of those female prison guards getting railed by inmates.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I ain't even touch on them. The female prison guards, the teachers dealing with these little boys. Again, but they want to blame men and say we nasty just simply because you want to have sex. It's a lot of women that are simply having sex, but the stuff they're doing, the number of people they're doing it with, this is why I say, bro, let go of that body count shit, because you're never, ever, ever, ever going to know. Now, you can take the old adage of however many she tells you, multiply by 2 or 3. But at the end of the day, you're not truly, truly going to know, ever. The biggest way to tell a woman's body count, bro, is how she acts. This is why so many women can't pair bond, because they done had too many dicks in them. And you got to think, if you flip a woman upside down, her vagina once again is a cup, and then somebody done bust in her, that semen is literally seeping into her walls. He just put his DNA in her, literally, whether she gets pregnant or not. That shit gets into their body. Because guess what? You can drop some fucking fentanyl on your skin and get high as hell or die because your body has pores. So what do you think is happening with a lot of these women when they exchanging body fluids like that and their vagina is a cup? It's going to hold that at least for a month until her cycle comes and flush that shit out. Where did I leave off at? Mike says, also hybristophilia, females attracted to criminals. Told that story. I never heard that term. Told that story a couple days ago, Mike. I don't believe you were in the chat, but my mom is in her late 60s. My parents been married 43 years, but my mom has a friend that will not date a man unless he has a criminal record. In her late 60s. This is who this woman is. So when these women are telling you, I'm a grown-ass woman, 30, 40, 50 years old, don't listen to that shit. A lot of them have still not let go of that high school criteria that they have when they're judging men and who they want to sleep with. Ain't that crazy? Let me slide over. Jason says, I had a female associate throw away her career as a correctional officer behind prison D. They be trying to one up our stories, bro. The whole, oh, I was sleeping with old boy girl or his baby mama, I had to sneak out the house and this, that. These women can kill our stories. And so many women sit up there with pride. And the thing I tell women is, again, it's easier for women to have sex. So you're not really bragging. At some point, you just handing out pussy like Halloween candy. So that's nothing to be proud of, ladies. But y'all do it. You grown. Do what you do. Please shut the fuck up about single men and how we move, and especially about the passport bros. I see I got some more people coming in. Y'all hit that like button for me when you come in. Wipe your feet when you come in the house. Even if you don't stay the whole time, just hit the like button for me. If I gotta earn your subscription, salute, I understand, but the likes are free. Slide back over here. Jason says, the last I saw, she was working at Walmart. Probably doing security or being a greeter or some shit. That is wild. Mo on the go in the building.
You go, girl.
Facts, part of life. Mike says 9 out of 10 do not need to wear makeup. Most of them don't. I like a natural look. Light makeup sometimes, but a natural look, now I know what the hell you look like. My homeboys be telling me I'm crazy. Like, I know this isn't a bonnet space, but if I see you in the store and you not all the way did up and you done slid out with your bonnet on or whatever, or that little hat, like these little trucker hats they'll throw on because they ain't feel like doing their hair just to go to the grocery store, I get it. I would rather see you like that. I'll holler at you like that quicker than when you're done fully up, because I feel like you're trying to trick me. And the way a lot of y'all ass go overboard, you look like a trans man that's trying to look like a woman. Please stop that shit, sisters. We saw one in the mall, me and my homeboy walking one day. He was like, man, that bitch like the great Kabuki. For those that used to watch wrestling, you know who I'm talking about. And she did. The red hair, just outlandish. Didn't make any sense. Let's go. Let's see. Quiet Storm says, I always tell fellas don't insult her or call her names. If she rejects you, just keep it moving. Remember, there are 2 million more women around than men. You have options.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Uh-oh. Joseph snuck in. Peace to you, Joseph, brother. I appreciate you. Mike says, I have heard of hymen restoration surgery. Be aware of that. That is crazy.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Let me bring that back up. Mike says, I have heard of hymen restoration surgery. Beware of that. And you know what? I believe that. If you can get your face scrunched up and make it tighter, add an extra booty on top of the booty you already got, some titties, and have all that, I can believe that. So now dudes are going to be out here thinking they got a virgin. That is wild. God bless all of us. Joseph says soul ties are a real thing. Again, I think I shared this before. I got 2 homegirls that I know for a fact when they walked down the aisle to get married, they had another man's semen still swimming in them. Ain't that crazy? Now, if their husband later finds out, should he get divorced? My opinion is yes. Because everything after that leading up to the wedding and you done slept with another dude right before we got married, everything after that period of you sleeping with that man was a lie. The marriage, the only thing real is the kids. That's just because they're living, breathing human beings. But that man gets to leave. Brothers, you find that shit out in the house of Kofa, I'm big on leaving. Leave. Do not stress yourself out. Don't drive yourself crazy. You're human. You'll get to have emotions. Go somewhere. Go with your boys. Blubber, boo-hoo, snot cry. Get it out. Keep sharpening your skills. Keep getting better. There's no greater get back than living well. I got a story I got to share with y'all in a couple of months, but it's not ready yet. I got to let it ferment. I got to let it marinate, all that jazz. There's no greater get back than living well. Let me slide over here. Mo says, I don't believe that prison lady. Nope. I'm not sure what you mean, Mo. Are you talking about the prison guard sleeping with the prisoners? That shit happens all the time, sis. Slide over here to Jason. Jason says, Kofa, when women get done up like that, they take on alter egos or are completely delusional. I'd rather catch them when they are in reality. Which, unfortunately, for a lot of women is going to be few and far between. Because when they done up like that, they usually with their homegirls. And even after they go home, Jason, they homegirls still hyping each other up. Ain't that crazy? I got 2 more videos. They're going to be real quick. I know the game getting ready to start. So I'm also going to light up a stick, light up my cigar. Y'all know how I do. But let's get to these videos. This one is Kevin Samuels pouring into men. I want to try to make it a point to keep pouring into brothers and let y'all know whether you're watching now or the replay gang or you just catch my videos. And those of y'all that came in and liked and shared, I really appreciate it. Just make sure you share it. Share it on your socials, whether or not it's just a clip or clip the video. I think I have it set to be able to be remixed. Corey Joe already did it once. Salute to him. Y'all have free reign to share this content. Again, I'm trying to scale and scale up and hopefully at some point be able to do this full time and keep bringing y'all this information and expand. But do like, subscribe, but make sure you share it. I'm big on the conversations. And hit me in my email. Corey hit me up all the time. I want to see some more y'all hitting me with ideas, things y'all want me to talk about, things you may have had a discussion with your partners with, and let's just have the conversation. But let me get to this next video. This is another KS, just letting brothers know that you are solid.
Especially when you're average. And you are below average, and get off my, no. Take a break, because I'm going to calm down. Nope, absolutely not. Sorry about that. I grew up in the Bible Belt in Oklahoma. I grew up with people who worked hard for a living. $8 an hour, $10 an hour, $12 an hour. And in the middle heartland of America, there are people who, in the South in particular, people are not rich here. $70, $80 an hour. We're talking $20 an hour, $25 an hour. It's $40,000 to $50,000. And I have a real problem sitting here in my Tom Ford suits and candles and all that other kind of stuff. I have a real problem when I hear women laughing, poking fun at the men who built this fucking country. You're laughing at my uncle, my grandfather, the men who serve our country, the men who dig the ditches and build the roads and fix your plumbing and everything. I don't take that. This is, we have gotten so far in the black community from what made us a community. We have no respect for our middle class. And out of respect for my platform, I'm not going to put your photo, man, but you are average at best.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I was watching that live when he had to go take a break. When I say it wasn't for show, when it wasn't for YouTube likes, Kevin has never, ever shitted on the blue collar brother. The average day-to-day brother, he knows what makes this country hum. Well, he knew. RIP. Never shitted on the average day-to-day brother. I don't give a fuck how big I get. I told y'all I used to work on bank trucks. I'm in the military now. I'm in the Army Reserve now. So I know what it is to put on a uniform and do things. I was active duty for a while. I know what it is to sit in the office and be the white collar worker. I'm a paralegal by trade. I've done blue collar, white collar. I'm trying to slowly skill myself up to that high value, but I am middle class, like the majority of black men. So brothers, I always want to pour into you some type of positivity. Again, in House of Kofa, I want you to find your positive. Fuck it. She left. Fuck it. My grown ass kids that I raised, the step kids that I raised, ain't talking to me right now. Fuck it. Your ass got up this morning, didn't you? You still breathing, ain't you? You still have that job. Fuck it. You got another opportunity. You got another bite at the apple, as they say. You got another chance to keep on growing. Skilling and scaling up. All of us in here, I'm sure, have different professions, different types of walk of life, different backgrounds, but so much of it is the same. You matter. You're not crazy. Your lived experience matters. You know how to move. Please stop simping. For the young guys, start sharing this with them. It's not just brothers at this age group. My job for the younger guys that may be viewing my content, my job is to get you smarter, quicker. Period. That's it. Whatever your walk of life, I want you to be smarter, quicker, make better decisions faster than we made them. The reason why we can tell you these stories, because we survived. But guess what? There's another brother over here that did the same shit we did and he ain't make it. That's why you're hearing from us in this age group. You're hearing from us because we're the ones that let our nuts drop, said fuck it, and started sharing this information. Embarrassment be damned. Coach Greg just finished talking about it. Let it go. I'm not embarrassed to talk about that I lost a family. I'm not embarrassed to talk about I had a divorce. I'm not embarrassed to talk about that I was a simp. I said it before, said it at the beginning of the broadcast, for we all have simped and fallen short of the glory of God. Again, the glory of God, whoever your higher power is, you have a life. You have an opportunity to do something. You've been given these skills. Use them. Don't simp and fall short. So focus on this woman that when you look up as a grown ass old man, you ain't got shit. I've seen it happen too many times. Brothers took care of fucking families 15, 20, 25 years. Then mama want a divorce all of a sudden because I think we've ran our course. What's the twin name, Tia Mowry? Oh, you can graduate from a marriage. The fuck kind of shit is that? And then as soon as they ass can't find a man, shout out to Lala, at least she was honest. The only men approaching me now, I'm 40, 41. The only men approaching me now is younger guys. You talking about the younger guys that are broke, dusty, and all that and just want some pussy. Because that's what you told the men in your age group back then. Then your ass got married, then your ass went back out in the goddamn streets. And now you can't find nobody. But we hear this shit from women all the time. I just throw celebrities out there because I know we all got the same socials and we see the stories. Scale it down. Start looking at your fucking female cousins, bro. Look at your sister, dog. I know you love them. Look at the women in your family. How are they moving? You know that dude that she brought to the barbecue was cool as fuck. Next family function. Hey, where Tony? Fuck Tony. Damn, what my boy do? I like Tony. He was cool as hell. I mean, he ain't do nothing. I don't know. They think the grass is greener on the other side because it is. You know why it's greener? It's fucking AstroTurf. It's fake. They have convinced themselves they ass can go over here and get something better. And then when they take the L, they find the nearest black man to blame or the idea of white supremacy. I'm gonna slide over here to these comments. I got one last video to pour into y'all and make this shit stick. Let me slide over. Jason says the brother was definitely grounded in reality. He understood that the working class is what make the world run. I say it all the time. Black men weren't listening to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was listening to black men. You know why? Because Kevin Samuels was a black man. He was an older black man. Had the same gray in his beard, the same wisdom that Coach Greg. Might have a slightly different approach, a different outtake on it to present it, a different presentation. Same wisdom, same L's, same lesson. Mike says, I work in the mines as well as in the office. Salute to you, bro. Quiet Storm says, fire. Appreciate you as always. Mike says, working in the mines for 12-hour shifts is hard. It's hard. It tears up your body. It weighs on your mind. And the day-to-day stuff that everybody, men, women, white, black, don't matter. Everybody has to worry about, and then think about the toll that it's taking on your body doing that stuff. Again, I worked on bank trucks. Money isn't light. Every time I got off that truck, I had to worry about if somebody was going to rob me and put a bullet in the back of my head when I got a goddamn 4-year-old at home. Slide over here. Logic says RP, definitely. Team Peterson, salute, appreciate you, brother. Quiet Storm says, now she thirst trapping on social media. Fuck out of here. Tia Mowry.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
We've seen it time and time again. Coach Flea in the building on Facebook. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you for checking in. You get one of these.
You go, girl.
Jason Williams says AstroTurf. Yep, they always think the grass is greener. And I say, you know what, sis? You're right. It is greener because it's fake. It's AstroTurf. Last video, brothers. Don't go nowhere. Real quick. Give me one more minute.
Do you know what happens after your funeral? In a few short hours, the crying will die down and your family will be busy making arrangements for food or drink. Some of your friends and relatives will start discussing current affairs over coffee. Others will call your family saying that they couldn't make it in person due to an emergency. Your employer will begin to search for your replacement, and in a few days, your kids will go back to school or work because their bereavement leave has ended. In a month, your spouse will be watching a comedy or TV show, laughing as if you were never there. You'll be forgotten at such an astonishing pace. And if people will forget you so easily, then who are you living your life for? You spent your whole life concerned about what other people will think about you, when in reality, nobody even cares. So live your life to please your Creator, because He's the one you're going back to.
Brothers, don't end up taking a loss. And don't end up taking a loss to the point that you at the end of the game. Everything that man just said is 100% facts. I've watched it, especially at work. An older guy died. They had his job posted within a week. Had his replacement before the end of the month. Body wasn't even cold. Everybody cried, sent flowers to the wife and all that. The world gonna keep turning. Why not do what you're supposed to do while you got this life as the world is turning? It's a entire globe out there, bro. Go take the pictures. Go eat the food. Go enjoy the women. Go have the experience. Get out your small ass town. Get out your mid-sized city. Get out of your metro. Because some people, just like these country ass folks, get locked in and, oh, the city's too busy. A lot of y'all city slickers, as I say this in Atlanta, Georgia, a lot of y'all city slickers get locked into, man, this is New York City. Man, this the A. Man, this is Houston. This is LA. Big time cities that got a name all over the globe. The world is bigger than your city, bro. I promise you. They can slap a fancy ass restaurant up in Buckhead all they goddamn want to and call that shit authentic, whatever. If this is authentic here in Atlanta, why wouldn't I get a passport, a plane ticket, and go over there and really see what it is? Go live. Because when they put you in the ground, that's it. You don't get a do-over. There's no extra men. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. For my old heads to know that contra code and you get 30 extra men, that shit ain't real life, bro. All the information that you're giving these young boys of what they need to do to get themselves straight, start giving that shit to yourself. The stuff that you're giving these women, start giving that shit to yourself. It matters. Stop simping. It was a reason why I talked about the pimps yesterday. I had the pimps on here giving life game. Now you hear the best of the best. Kevin Samuels, AMS, CGA, all telling you they simped, all telling you the losses they took. And guess what? Again, you done took some of them same losses. You know a brother that took those same losses and he ain't bounced back yet. I'm here for a reason. You're in this space for a reason. I make this content for a reason. It's not just to bash women. They're not my enemy. I talk about their ass because I see what the fuck they're doing. I hear what they say. I see how they move. But I'm talking to men. Everybody keep asking black men in particular to be better leaders. This is where it starts. Deal in fucking reality. Let me slide over here to these comments. Jason says, I don't wish this, but I feel like Steph's wife just waiting for the right time to jump ship, probably after he retired. You'll be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised. Excuse me. I wouldn't be surprised. Mo says, I'd rather have no grass than suffer. Sucks alone, but sucks even worse with shitty company. I'd rather die than deal with some of these folks, like the guy having his wives toss his salads. No, thank you.
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
Oh, that was an older video I played. It was floating around. I might circle back to that one. Mo, you can find somebody, sis. I seen you. You okay on the eyes, Mo. I'm being honest with you. You're okay on the eyes. You're gonna have to get out of the house though. And let me tell the sisters this, because I think Royalty was in here a couple of days ago. I'm cautioning y'all. I'm warning y'all. As a man, do not sit up in that house and starve yourself of dick. I'm gonna be vulgar. Do not physically starve yourself, because what happens is month 8, month 9 go by, your body is screaming. You're a human being, sis. Then you're gonna decide to go out with your girls. That's gonna be the time some dude, for whatever reason, I don't know if y'all give off pheromones when you hit that none button and you decide to lock it down. When you finally do go back out, the right dude, he gonna seem like he was handpicked by God for you. And that's where a lot of y'all get fucked up. You have starved yourself of physical attention. I'm not saying go out here and slang your cat around like Halloween candy, but don't starve yourself of physical attention. If you gotta shut it down for a minute, cool. But when you start starving yourself and girl, fuck these niggas and this, that, and the third, the right, wrong one is gonna find you. I know too many women, that's how they got that last baby before they decided to tie their tubes. And then they found men after that wanted to marry them. And guess what? He wouldn't marry them because they done got their tubes tied. Don't know y'all sister situations out there, but that's just me telling you this shit out of love. I'm being honest about that. Let me slide back over to the comments. Team Peterson, alhamdulillah. Appreciate you, brother. Mo says, let go of the ego, love yourself, prioritize yourself, let kindness rule, let gratitude rule. If you get triggered, what truth sparked it? Shit, it's eternal. Shit is internal belief that needs to be resolved. Check it. Again, this is coming from the sisters, bro. Again, you can learn from anybody. So if the sisters are saying that to the other sisters, she may be Mo, you may be telling the brothers that. But everything you just said is facts.
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
Oops, that was wrong button.
You go, girl.
There you go, Mo. Jason says the facts, the world is bigger than one city. Mo says she stayed begging for attention on social. Why? She's so beautiful and has it made. She's a 6, Mo. We're gonna have to have a discussion, Mo. Let me see. Comments. Coach Flea. Ladies, y'all reach out to Coach Flea on Facebook. Y'all see the sister name right there. Go look her up. She's solid. I vouch for her. Found her through Mind Games Uncut. D. Mays. Salute to that brother when he sees this. But she says you are absolutely right with that. Don't starve yourself of fun physical attention. You can find a dude that you rock with. If you don't want to take a chance on the relationships, at least find somebody with half a piece of sense to get some dick from, sis. Again, sometimes I get vulgar. I know that. I'm working on it because I do want to get some endorsements, but I'm working on it because I'm your country cousin. I'm telling you this shit out of love. Even when I'm slanging the B and the H word around, it's for certain reasons. If you're not that chick, your ass shouldn't get mad about that shit. I'm your country cousin, Kofa. I love you, sis. I don't want y'all caught up in situations that you can avoid. But at the same time, don't be that chick out there playing on men. Don't be entertaining this other dude and then getting piped down by this other dude. If you take a dick from that man, that's who need to be feeding your ass. Slide over here. Mo says outside is ghetto. My friend married her contractor. Laugh out loud. Keep hope alive. I reckon so. But again, brothers, I'm getting ready to end this. But real talk, y'all hear it. It happened to the best. For we all have simped and fell short of the glory of God. The glory of God is the life that you have, man. I'm not going to get all religious. This isn't that. But I do believe in a higher power. Everything you have as a man, you've earned. Because you done worked. You done ate shit. You done worked your ass off for it. You see Kevin Samuels, everybody want to talk about high value. He ain't never shit on no blue collar worker. You have a foundation. You solid, bro. You can build up. Don't let nobody tell you no goddamn different, especially that dude in the mirror. It's okay to waver and second guess yourself. Shake that shit off. I'm gonna have to nerd out one day and start pulling these movies and stuff that actually apply to real life, some of these lessons. Because again, art imitates life. That's why I don't mind using movies. I might do that at the end of the month. Just find my favorite clips and we just gonna sit down and talk about it while I smoke a cigar out back. That's gonna be a real conversation. I mean, most of my conversations are real, but y'all know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get a little bit loose on those. Jay says, peace, Kofa. Peace to everyone in attendance. Love yourself. Amen. Jay says, I didn't even know you had a channel with, Mo said, I didn't even know you had a channel with content. Yes, if you're a content creator, when you come over here, feel free to drop your links in the chat. Everybody go follow, everybody subscribe, because guess what? Just like you can subscribe, you can unsubscribe if you don't like their content. But if they over here, they got to be solid, because I know I'm solid. I know I am. You may not trust me yet to subscribe. That's cool if I got to earn your subscription like I always say. But hit that goddamn like button. Wipe your feet when you come in the house. But I think we summed everything up tonight, brothers. I really appreciate everybody. I still see a couple other people coming in. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button at least, like I just said. I appreciate everybody. I'm going live every day in May. Tomorrow's conversation is going to be the Sigma male, so we can start differentiating and compartmentalizing some of this stuff, because some of us get so much red pill and alpha male information in here that you may not fall into that category, but you're not a fucked up guy. You think you either got to be an alpha or a beta, and that's not the case. We're going to have the Sigma male conversation tonight. I'm going to get a little bit deep on that one and show you how I came to realization of who I am, things that I already knew, but I had to flesh out. So appreciate everybody being here, getting ready to go sign off. Hopefully, low key, shout out to Jason. I know you said go Heat, but I'm going for the Celtics on this one, bro. Y'all just bounced my Knicks. I can't pull for y'all. I really hate the Celtics too, because I am a Lakers fan, but I do want to see the Lakers and the Celtics in some old historic finals. So I'm pulling for the Celtics. I'm about to go light up a cigar, watch this game, enjoy the rest of the night. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all really don't know. I did a thank you video when I first hit 300, and now I'm damn near at 1,000. Salute to y'all, man. Peace. Good night, everybody. I'm not going to check the comments, because then we'll be here another 30 minutes. As always, brothers, you matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace.